Welcome to day 20. So, sorry, I feel sick. I was just talking to the gardener, arranging when he's going to come back, and he was smoking. And while he's smoking and we're talking, he's breathing the cigarette smoke on me, and the smoke from the cigarette is going all over me, including up my nose. And I feel so seriously sick now. Like, seriously, I might actually throw up. I stink of cigarette smoke. Like I said, the smoke went right up my nose, so I can taste it. I can smell it. It's horrible. Now I get how people feel when I smoked around them. It's not nice. It's not nice at all. And I'm on day 20 and I was doing so well. And I am doing so well because, if anything, this has put me off cigarettes even more. This is just disgusting. And I might actually throw up. So what I've got to do now, because I can't seem to shake this feeling. What I've got to do now, I've got to walk Dallas, and then I'm going to come back and I'm going to shower and wash my hair and just get the smell of cigarettes off me. And hope in the meantime that I'm not actually sick, because I feel like I might be. So Monkey just tipped out the dog food. Dallas, that's a naughty boy. Dallas does not care and he's perfectly happy to clean up his own mess. Okay, so it's early evening now. I delayed my shower earlier, obviously. Until after I'd been to pick up my prescription. That whole incident with the gardener and the cigarette earlier, I should have known something like that was coming, and I was going to be in a situation where I was going to be in close proximity to somebody that was smoking eventually, but I wasn't expecting it. And I expected it to, if and when it happened, to make me want a cigarette, to give me huge nicotine cravings, to, you know, I have to have a cigarette and I have to have it now kind of feeling. And that's not what happened at all. It was the polar opposite. I felt sick and disgusting, and literally I almost threw up after recording that first clip. Especially, I stupidly tried using my e-cigarette right after that happened. Right after I recorded that last clip. And I couldn't use it. I felt so sick to the point where I could not use it. It was not going to happen. I don't know if that's because my body thought I was trying to smoke, or I don't know what it was, but it made me feel worse. I took like a couple of puffs of it and I was just like, oh no, that's not good. Put it down, walk away from it, try and calm down another way. Even my mum said when I came in from talking to the gardener, and keep in mind I was outside talking to him for less than 5 minutes. And during that 5 minutes, like I said, he was breathing cigarette smoke on me. I had the smoke from his cigarettes just flowing at me. It went up my nose. I could smell it. I could taste it. And when I came in, my mum said to me, "You smell like cigarettes." And it was less than 5 minutes. And you know what? It made me think. I used to smoke around my mum and my husband all the time, like all the time. Especially my mum. I used to smoke around them all the time, and they were breathing in the same thing I was today, and they must have felt the way I did today. But obviously, for some reason, it didn't make them feel sick. I guess because I'm an ex-smoker. I'm now an ex-smoker. I'm trying to quit. It made me feel sick. I don't know for sure if that's the reason. But they must have breathed in the same thing I did today and felt the way I did today. And I am so sorry to them for doing that to them, because it's not nice to be around somebody that's smoking when you're not a smoker. It's like, I must have done that to them so many times, or stood in close proximity to them while I'm having a cigarette, or sat in the car with the two of them there while I was smoking a cigarette, and they're breathing in that same thing and they're smelling that same thing. Because I'm getting it from the other perspective now, from the perspective of somebody that doesn't smoke, that's breathing in. So when I was a smoker, I used to love, like, walking past somebody that was smoking and I could smell the nicotine, and I used to love that smell for some reason. But now I hate it. Like, I absolutely fucking hate it. Mum and I walked Dallas right after all of this happened, and I thought, you know, fresh air, that'll help, etc. And we were coming back, we were walking behind somebody that was actually smoking, and it was to the point I still felt really sick, to the point where I said, we have to stop. I stopped us from walking because this person was in front of us and going in the same direction. And I said, no, we have to stop, let them get out of sight first because I can smell the cigarettes still and I feel sick. But no, it's just awful, and I never expected that to be the reaction if I ended up around somebody that was smoking, like I said. But now I know what to expect, I guess, and I know I will probably be in close proximity to smokers in the future, and I just have to deal with it. I think what I'm going to do is take a step back and just say, look, no offence, you're smoking, I don't want to stand near that. But yeah, no, that was, ugh. It was awful. But I feel fine now. It did wear off eventually. Yeah, other than that, it's been a good day. Haven't had huge nicotine cravings, like I said. Like I said, I was expecting that to give me huge nicotine cravings, and it didn't. It did eventually wear off the nausea, to the point where I was able to use my e-cigarette, and I've used it most of this afternoon, to the point where it's now dead and it's currently charging. But that's okay, I've probably overused it a little bit. And it's not to do with the smoker being around me, it's to do with something that's been stressing me out. But yeah, no actual nicotine cravings, no urge to have a cigarette, if anything, an urge to avoid them like the plague. But that's it. Yeah, other than that, it's been a good day. I've showered, I finally don't smell like cigarettes anymore, my jumper's been washed, I'm very happy. And yeah. And it's just started raining, I can hear it hitting the window. Fantastic. So yeah, like I said, I did pick up my antibiotics. I've had one, hasn't made me feel sick yet. So fingers crossed it's not going to make me violently ill like it did in January. He's given me a lower dose of it than I had in January. Back in January, I had to take 2 tablets 4 times a day. This time I'm taking 1 tablet 4 times a day. So hopefully I don't get the nausea and I don't get violently ill like I did last time. Because in January I was bedbound at one point. Not just because of the pain I was in, but also because of the tablets I was taking, and I couldn't, because of the pain I was in, I couldn't move, but the tablets I was taking were making me sick, and it was a very bad situation to be in. Should have buggery couldn't give me the antibiotics I had last month. They worked like a treat, and I only had to take them for 7 days and I was done. Anyway, I'm rambling. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a big thumbs up. If you haven't already, please subscribe, and I will see you tomorrow. Thanks for watching. I was right. Heavy rain. Brilliant.